Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear, loud and clear. How are you anyway?
Yeah, I'm very good, my brother. I'm very
Good,
good.
good, good, good. So I'm just gonna say hello to the guys that have just come online now. No one's here at this present moment, but anyway, hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian live. Yeah, it was a bit ad hoc once again, but you know how things are at this moment. I'm on the road, so I thought I'd speak to our good pal over there up in northern Ghana, Emmanuel. I spoke to you guys about Emmanuel before. Actually, I made a video a few months ago now about future and power. Okay, so you guys would have, if you remember the video that I made about future and power and about the problems they have given a lot of people and the promises that they've given and that they have not lived up to. Um, you guys will know about that. And essentially, I wanted to talk more about the people who are on the receiving end of future and power not keeping their promises. I wanted to speak with you guys about that. And Emmanuel, of course, up there in northern Ghana, is one of those people who was expecting to be paid with gold and got paid with lead instead, right? So I thought I'd give him a voice, give him a platform, so he can speak to you guys. We can have a good chat about how we can help him, because I know I said I was going to help you before, right? And actually, everything was all fine. I've had a good, at least two serious offers, but because I've been on the road, it's just been, man, it's been terrible. But now that we're here, we can talk about this. So, Emmanuel,
Yeah,
you're at your compound now, right?
actually, actually, I'm glad to, mention my ancestral name. My name is Atokwamena One. That means that I was born on Saturday, and I love to use that very name. My name is Ato Atto. That is my name. That's my ancestral name, and I
Atua.
love to use that. And yeah, Ato Atto. And my English name is Emmanuel. Emmanuel means God is with us, and
Oh,
Ato is means that I was born on Saturday. So that is my ancestral name. And as I'm
nice.
talking to you, I'm here presently in my house, and I'm glad to talk to the family. I'm glad I'm the one that helps the diasporas, anyone that comes from the diaspora, I mean, America, all over the world. Whenever you come to Ghana, I'm the one that everybody come to meet. I do a lot of projects. I build houses. I do a lot of projects for the diaspora with no expenses. You don't pay anything to me before I do something to you. I do things for my heart. Everything I do is for my heart. I
Mm-hmm.
don't talk about give me this and I will give you this. I have a great family. I have almost 30 nephews and nieces. My mother is alive. I lost my daddy in the last 3 years, but by the grace of the ancestors and by the grace of God, I'm okay. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
collect things from the diasporas or anybody, either white, because a lot of the diasporas, their mentality is even, much more crazier than even the whites that we normally talk about. This is something that I want to make it clear to
Tell me
people
something I
that
don't
people
know.
think that, yeah, people think that the whites are very good, bad to the extent that they have changed our mentality to the extent that, they have, turned the mind of the Africans. But a lot of the diasporas have something in mind that they got to change. And this is what we are going to discuss about. And I know
Yeah,
that you're going to
of
ask me a lot
course.
of questions about that.
That's good. That's good because I wanted to speak about that as well. To be honest with you, I'm glad you touched on it because I think a lot of African diasporans have got. I mean, they tend to put Africans in one big pot, like they're just one monolithic group of people, Africans, and that's it. It's like, and it's certain people have opinions on Africans. You can tell that they're ignorant people as soon as they start saying, you know, Africans are this. ignorant people, not worth your time. Move on from them, because whatever's going to come out of their mouth next, it's going to be rubbish. Because, you know, Africa is filled with many countries, okay, hundreds of ethnicities and races, and every one of those races and ethnicities are different. They are very different. It's one of the most diverse places on this planet, Africa is, and you know, people just don't understand that, you know, their experiences of you know, of Africans, what they've been taught, what they have learned on YouTube and on Instagram may be completely different from what the from the actual reality on the ground there on the continent. So yeah, we're going to definitely talk about that, because it's important. We have a chat
Yeah,
about
I take this opportunity to greet my wife from Texas, America, United States of America. I'm married. I got to make it clear. I'm married from Texas, and she's still with me. Next 3 weeks, it's my birthday, so she's going to be presently with me. I got to salute her and her family. Ebony, I love you so much. And honestly speaking, you know, I'm somebody that I make everything clear to people that, you see, I can't cheat you to be successful. I can't cheat you to be successful. The only thing I can do to be successful is hard work and be transparent and be truthful. That is what I have in mind. And what you may have in mind is different from what I may have in mind. You get what I'm saying? And ways and means that the Creator will use me to pass to be successful is different from the way that God, the Creator will use you to pass through for you to be successful. This is something that people misinterpret, and people doesn't understand a whole lot of concepts about being successful, about being in Africa, about being in an America, about being in Europe. A whole lot of things that people misinterpret. Personally, when you come and meet me, I have almost 12 acres of land. I'm a king, precisely. I'm at Gomwa. Yeah, I'm a king. You know,
a real king.
So people doesn't understand, and yeah, a real king. But like the way I live, people doesn't understand. People doesn't know. So when they come to me and I am talking to them, and I'm a young guy, but you know, our kinship is in our family. So if this person is not alive, this person has a right to, you know, inherit everything. So I am the one that has reached my turn. But this is a situation whereby a lot of people doesn't understand, a lot of diasporas doesn't understand. They think that when they come to Africa, everybody is perfect. I am telling you that I have my bad side. I have my weak side. And I know it. Yeah. You may have your weak side. Everybody that is watching us may have their weak side. And I know that then you are going to ask me a lot of questions about the diasporas. You're going to tell me a whole lot of things. You're going to ask me questions for me to experience, for me to explain about my, observation about even the diaspora and the people I've helped, and about the people that have built a lot of houses for them. There is a woman called Elizabeth. I salute you, Elizabeth. If you are watching us, I love you so much. I am doing a lot of projects for her. She is positive. She's in Dubai now. She's from Houston, Texas now, but she's living in Dubai. I salute you so much, and I salute even Phucha and POWWAH. I salute them. I love them so much because, yeah, it is through them that I got to know Elizabeth, and it is through them that I got to know James. So in all endeavors, I got to salute them, irrespective of their weakness. And I know a lot of things is going to be vomited out from my mouth to talk about you, because I've traveled a whole lot of the African countries. I've traveled a lot of the Ghanaian, communities, Ghanaian states, and I know a lot. I know everything that is going on in Ghana, everything that is going on in Nigeria, everything that is going on in all the African countries. So anything that you can ask me, I know that ancestors will give me the knowledge and understanding to explain further.
Well, I've got a lot of we've got almost 40 people watching us at this moment. It is going up, okay, and there will be people once again who will have questions for themselves. So, guys, if any of you have questions, you could just, I mean, you guys know how my lives are. You know how terrible my my connection can be, my internet. I'm at a place now that has really strong internet, right? It's not my house, but I'm going to start using an Ethernet from now on. I'm going to actually start using the wire because I don't use that normally. Normally, I'm using like what I'm doing now. I'm using Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. I'm on a Wi-Fi connection, which can be a little bit touchy sometimes. So I'm not going to actually ask you guys to come on, but if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section, and I'll throw them at Emmanuel. And back to you, Emmanuel. You know, from what I remember, right, you weren't the only problem. You know, you weren't the only person that was having a problem with Phucha and POWWAH, right? You weren't the only person having this problem. So let me hear it. Let me hear your story. What was, okay, you tell me how you first got in contact with Phucha and POWWAH and how this black soap company eventually came to be. You know, let's hear the story from your side.
Yeah, what happened was it was last 2 years. That was 2019 that I was working in a hotel that is hospitality, and Phucha and POWWAH book Airbnb to that very hotel, and I met them. And when I met them, there was a guy that wanted to scam them. They wanted to scam them, and I stood in because I know all the plans of people, and I know a whole lot of shit that people used to do. So not wide world. So they wanted to scam them 40,000 US dollars, and I stood in. I prevented that to happen. I didn't allow that shit to happen. So they became interested in me, and I am from a typical village, a village with no electricity. So when I met them, they said they wanted to help the village to, you know, attain some good water, some companies, so that people that they are not working over there, they can be able to work over there and get their daily bread. So when I met them, I discussed with them, and I told them that, okay, in Ghana here, getting a factory and everything, they spend 9,300 US dollars to get electricity for the village and a factory for the village. That is $9,300, if I'm not lying, and I don't want to lie in my life. So we made that thing happen. We get a factory, we started making soap, and it reached a point in time that there were a whole lot of explanation that I'm going to tell you personally, James. What happened was, it reached a point in time that the support were not coming. Things were not coming. The villagers want to focus on the project that they want to do, so that at the end of the month they can earn salary. They can earn something for their daily bread. Even the water, we couldn't get it for them. We were able to have the factory and the electricity. That all of them, we took electricity that was almost 4 to 5 miles to that village. And I was the one that did that. I sacrificed myself to do all those things for the village. We opened the factory over there, and at the end of the day, their salary were not coming. That was last year, July, August. The salary ceased to happen over there. So when I go there, they tell me a whole lot of shit that, oh no, you said you are going to have factory so that it will help us. And I am telling you, I take care of a whole lot of orphanage homes. Any amount of money that sometimes I don't eat, but what I will get, I have to take it to the orphanage home to go. And I have a lot of children that in my house right now that they don't have father, they don't have mother that I take care of. So I go to the village to help them to get a factory, to take care of them. And presently, last year, July, August, that support were not coming. So I told myself, if you said you want to bless somebody and the help is not going, why do you make that promises? Why do you have to go and tell them that this is what I want to do for them? So I told them they went back to America and Memphis, Tennessee. And I was the one that were helping them. I bought land for them. I bought land for people. And I don't charge anybody extra money. Sometimes I use my own amount of money to take the transport to get everything done for them. So when it reached that point in time, I decided not to call them because I don't know. I don't want to force people. I don't want to let people to know that maybe I am forcing them to do what is not from their heart. You understand what I'm saying? I don't want people to know that, okay, I said I will help this, and Emmanuel is helping me, or so it's forcing me to do what I am not willing to do. So I stopped talking to people. I stopped communicating with people. I stopped, just being myself. What I can do from my heart, I started doing. So I think that is the way I met Future and POWWAH. They came to my apartment, that is my hotel, through Airbnb. That is when we came in contact. Yeah.
Okay. So have you spoken to them since they left? When was the last time you spoke to them?
I spoke to POWWAH. That was 2-3 months ago. We just communicated. We just chat on.
Let me ask you, why do you think they are not answering?
Why I think they are not answering is that, they came to know what we discussed together with I and you, James, on YouTube, what you asked me, and I'm somebody that if it is A, it's A. If it is pen, it's pen. I don't lie in my life. I don't want to lie. So they came to know that this is what is going on. And Liz Biddy also started to talk about the Senegal issue, about their water bodies that they collected, they raised money to go and have water for them. And, like the money was miscounted. It was not used for what it's supposed to be used for. So it came to a point in time that they know that, okay, I thought it's at the root. I thought it's the one that, or Emmanuel is the one that knows everything that is going on. So if people have gone to know whatever is going on, maybe it was from me. So that is why they started, stop talking to me. I mean, they don't talk to me anymore. They don't communicate efficiently like as we do. Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't communicating before that.
But they were not. Like they were not because there were a whole lot of personal reasons. Personally, I cannot discuss it broadcast. I mean, there were a whole lot of things. I was single when I met them. You understand? I was not having a girlfriend in a wife when I met them. So when I got married, there were a whole lot of things that was trying to, a whole lot of things. I want people that they are smart to know. So when I choose my choice, it creates a whole lot of things that, it was not present to them. So they stopped communicating with me. And the people that in their village, when their finances, their salary were not coming, things, blocked. Like, we don't need to talk to at all when we have not been able to satisfy the needs of the villagers. When the salary were not coming. As I'm talking to you, James, I have 8,000 soaps on ground now. And this is a black soap. This is a traditional soap. It doesn't supposed to be there for more than a year. This soap is on ground now. It's in the factory now. And I told myself that I'm not going to sell it in Ghana. Anybody that want to get it, I can send it to the person, whoever, wherever the person is. But as I'm talking to you, I've not given a one soap to anybody. All the soap is in the factory. So these are the reasons why they stop talking to me now. They don't talk to me anymore.
It's really. I think them. I think there's a problem with the people who, I mean, they owe money, don't they? They said they were going to pay some of the workers there, and that hasn't happened. They haven't sold the soap. They haven't paid the workers, and it looks like they are running away from their responsibility, which is very sad. It's almost pathetic, actually, to see people do this.
Honestly speaking, James, the salary that they used to pay, I don't see it is much money. It's just $400 per month, and I have 15 workers. Just $400 per month, every month.
Well, each person?
No, for all the workers. When you change dollars into cedis, for all the workers, it's just $400 US. For all the workers. You know, we are in Ghana, and the exchange rate is 1 to 5. If you change $1, it's almost 5 cedis, Ghana cedis. So it's 5. So all the workers supposed to be paid 400 USD per month, and
wow.
It is coming. You know, for each person, it's for all the workers.
I don't think they could afford even that, by the sounds of things. I think they were trying to cut corners. It doesn't look like they are in a good financial situation. But
I don't know, because you told me that you're going to do business. They told me that they are going to do business with the soap. So when I export the soap, then they will be paying salary. It's not about doing the soap and the soap will not be exported to them and they will pay the salary. No. When I send you the soap, the money that you send, we use some to pay for the salary. Then we do a whole lot of projects. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not telling them to use their own money, their money that they have toiled their blood for, to pay for the workers. No. That was not the agreement. The agreement was we export the soap, send some money, then we use it to pay for the workers. You understand what I'm saying? So that was what was going on. Do the business, we are doing business, and we pay for our workers.
I just don't understand. You know, I think you're in a situation where you're starting to learn that there are people who just do not have the ability to be responsible enough for their actions, you know, and for these people, $400 may not sound like a lot for one person over here. A $400 salary per month is almost impossible to live on.
You see, what I can tell you is, James, the soap now we have is 8,000, and every month we do 2,000 soaps every month. So supposedly it is going to Europe, it's going to America, some soap is going to Africa. Like they will be able to raise more than that. And paying salary for the workers is nothing. You understand? So it is not something that you should have, you know, but it's reached a point in time that this money stop coming, and I have to use my own money that I've poured my blood for, because the workers have worked. They have worked and they got to be paid. And I have to pay them from my own pocket. I pay them from my own pocket. Yeah, I got to do that. And I did that. Because I don't want a situation whereby the people will suffer to do something, and at the end of the day, they will not be paid. Irrespective of the soap being there, I got to pay them.
Yeah.
And I have paid them.
That's responsible of you. Yeah, that's very responsible of you, and I'm glad you did that.
That's my nature.
At least somebody stepped up. Huh?
Exactly. You cannot do something for me, and we have sat down, had an agreement about I'm going to give you this, and at the end of the day, I don't give you what you expected. No, the ancestors and the creator will not bless me with that. So I got to pay you what you were supposed to. Yeah, that is Alata Samina.
Prince Yoko. Do you mean Alata Samina?
Yes, please. Yes.
I don't understand the question. That's what Prince Yoko just said.
Alata Samina means black soap.
Ah, yeah. Yes. So Prince Yoko was one of those people that actually contacted me, and oh man, I was so snowed under because I think I was traveling at the time as well. And I said, yeah, you know, I'll send you the details. But he was one of those people that wanted to contact you about the black soap. So I'm actually glad he's here.
Yeah, I use black soap throughout my life. Look at my face. I use black soap since I was born up to now. Yeah, that's my face. I never use any soap. Lillian, come and give me one of the soap. I want to, you know, show a sample for people to know the kind of soap that we use. First.
Yeah.
So I want people to know that these are the children that I take care of in my house. You know, she's gonna.
How many children have you got there?
As I'm talking to you, I have 15 children now. Personally, I don't have a child. I've never given birth, but I take care of more than 15 children now from my own pocket.
Wow, 15. And you
yeah,
you're in northern Ghana, aren't you?
No, I am in the central part of Ghana, central region.
I think I know where you are. You told me before whether it's.
I'm at Cape Coast.
A map out as we speak. Huh?
Yeah.
I'm getting a map out. I just wanted because I think I can remember it was Kumasi.
No, Winneba, Cape Coast, the Gold Coast. That is where the ancestors were bought by the white folk. Yeah.
You're right on the coast then.
Our kitchen.
On the sea. Hmm?
Right.
Have you got land there that's close to the sea?
Yeah, I have a land almost 11 acres that is close to the sea. That is 7-minute drive to the sea. And presently I have a land over there. I have a lot of land. That's where my house is. I have a lot of projects, you know, that if anybody want to make a purchase, if anybody want to do a project close by, I'm ready to help. I'm ready to serve.
Okay, and I'm going to make sure, because I didn't do it last time, or did I? I cannot remember whether I put your details, your contact details in the last video, but I'm definitely going to put it in now. So we're going to put in your email address. So if anybody wants to contact Emmanuel directly and ask for more information about the land, you can do so. Yeah, and that's not a problem.
Right. So this is the soap. You see the soap?
Okay. Yeah. How much does it? Do you use this on your skin now? Is this the one you're using?
Yeah, I use this on my skin. That's what I use always on my skin. That's what I bath with. I don't use any soap. No different soap in my skin. I use only black soap. Yeah.
And it's good for the sun. It doesn't protect you from the sun.
Right.
Does it make your skin more resilient to the sunshine? Does it protect it?
Yeah, it is medicinal. So people that have bumps on their faces, people have, you know, it works in a spiritual way as well. You know, you sleep, you have a terrible dreams. This soap, I use a whole lot of things to do this soap. Weeds, herbs to do this soap. Not only alatosamina or black soap that people know. I use a whole lot of things for this soap. So when you have a bad dream, when you have a you don't have a good skin, when your skin is becoming bumps and a whole lot of things. When you use this soap, you are good to go. You don't have a problem at all. So when you use this soap, everything is going to go away. You have a good night. You sleep very well. If you're somebody that, you are not healthy, when you use this soap, you will be very healthy. So these are the soaps that I use, honestly, and I'm very energetic. Presently, from this interview, I have to go and play football. I have to go and play soccer. And I play soccer very well. I'm very healthy, very energetic. Not because of
Wait, what position
anything,
do you
but
play
because
in?
of this soap. I'm a striker, though. I'm a striker.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, that is my original profession. I just want to show you this. This is my football boots. That from here, I got to go and play soccer. Right.
Wow, yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah. I'm glad you called it soccer. The Americans
Right.
perhaps would have called it football.
Yeah, my wife teach me a whole lot. Yeah, my wife teach me a whole lot because she's an American, so she tell me soccer. We don't call it football, but she tell me we call it soccer.
So what's the next move now? We're going to try and get rid of this black soap. We got at least 2 people who are very interested in that. So we're going to try
Anybody
and
that want the soap, any that want to get the soap, honestly, I thank you so much, my brother, that you letting people to know about the soap. The person can go to my Gmail, that is Emmanuel, that is IMMANUELUENYAN 123456 at gmail.com. The Emmanuel is I, in my Gmail is I, and the person can give me a message, any amount of soap or the number of soap that you want. I can ship it to you wherever you are. I can let you get it. There are a lot of black soap, but this one is.
What I've done is there's an office there in Accra called the Swiss Import excuse me, the Swiss Import Program or something like that. I used to work for them actually, and what they do is they go to countries like yours, in South America and in Africa, and they have a mechanism for those people to have their crops grown, have everything grown, all the ingredients for these products put together in the way in which that they can certify and get it sent into Switzerland, so you can sell that product in Switzerland. And they are very strict, of course. They want everything organic and grown ethically and sustainably. So that's who these guys are. And I'm going to try and contact, because I know one lady who should be there still. I'm going to try and contact someone to see if we can get the soap at least inspected by one of these guys. Because if these guys say you're great, you're good to go, this can be shipped out, we will accept it, then you can send all of it to Switzerland. You can send it all to Switzerland. Not all in one go, of course not. You send a little bit, we get rid of it, and obviously you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but that's just one avenue that we can look at as well. And of course, it's better if we diversify the chain of where you actually sell it, the sales chain. So of course you could have that coming in this way. We can sell it piece by piece to customers, of course, to people who are watching, who want some of this black soap, and you want a few pieces, we can send it, but it's just not cost efficient for us to send like 5 pieces of black soap from Ghana to to the United States. So that's what I'm trying to
No.
work out, to be honest with you, because it's going to.
Yeah, and I want to tell my family that is watching us. I want to tell my family that is watching us that I have children that I take care of. So if anyone want to help too, my way is open that you can help for us to take care of the future generation. They are our people and they need to be taken good care of. So if you want to help me to take care of them, I salute you. I'll be very glad for you, for your help, for your support, and uh, somebody saying that I should leave my email. Um,
Yeah,
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna give you my email. I hope you have my email, right, James?
I have your email. Yeah, yeah. But I'm going to, we're definitely going to put that into the description box. I didn't even put a description of what this was about, because
Right.
I wanted to get us online as quick as possible. So I've had one question here from eMovement saying something doesn't add up. Who owns the factory? So that's what they're asking. Would you like to answer that
No,
question?
the question is, that is my village. That is my village. You understand what I'm saying? And when I met Future and Power, they gave me 9,300 US dollars to have the electricity and the factory in the village. So without not being stingy, they own the factory.
Mm, mm.
They
Okay,
own the
okay.
factory. Irrespective of they didn't buy the land. The land was for free. Everything was for free, but they own the factory. That's it.
Okay.
But they are not coming again. And the soap, if you spend a year, it's going to spoil. It's going to melt. Anybody that knows about the black soap, when they spend a year, everything is going to be is going to melt. So we got to get rid of it.
Yeah, and there is a lot of it there, isn't it, as well? So we may even need to just ship it out for whatever we can get for it to make sure it doesn't spoil, which is good. But thank you for being open and honest with that. I've got another question here from Bart Yisrael. I'm guessing he's Israelite. KB, who's the thief? I think they're speaking to you. Yeah, who is the thief? Okay, well, I'm going to answer this one. There's no particular thief here. What has happened is that Phucha and POWWAH from Living My Best Life in Ghana had essentially made promises to set up this black soap factory and had gone into business with Emmanuel, and they reneged on it basically. And at some point when they went back to the States, they didn't call Emmanuel back when there was salaries to be paid and expenses to be paid. Of course, I think they just sort of went, you know, I genuinely believe, because I used to talk about Phucha and POWWAH all the time.
Yeah, just I want to make something clear over here. We're not talking about somebody being thief here. We're not talking about somebody being thief here. Nobody has somebody's money. You understand? But if you said you are going to help somebody, you have to help. That's it. That is what the point we are making. We're not saying somebody is thief.
Yeah.
So if somebody is asking who is the thief, I don't know who is the thief. You understand what I'm saying?
There is no particular thief. It's just in Holland, and if my Dutch, and if my subscribers from the Netherlands will know this, they have a saying there called, and it goes like afspraak is afspraak. We have the same saying in English as well. It's business is business, right? So, no, not business is business. Like a deal is a deal. That's what we say in English. When you make a deal, you stick to it and you keep your integrity, and you stick with that deal. You don't change it halfway through it, you know, unless the other person in the deal is happy with you changing it. You negotiate or whatever. You know,
Right.
if it's a long-term deal, there is chances something wrong could happen, something bad could happen to anybody, right? So you have to be on your toes a little bit. You need to be a little bit more dynamic. You have to be mercurial with your thinking. Yeah, of course, you know, but communication is the key. I get so frustrated when people don't want to speak to you about something, about a business deal, and they end up turning off their phone or ignoring your messages. And it's like, yo, come on now, how old are you? You know,
This is one of
real
the
men.
children.
How you doing?
You see her? Say, how are you doing?
Hello. What's your name? Don't give it. Don't bother. How is he? Does he? Does he? Is that a
Yeah.
young? Is it a young boy?
Yeah,
Does he
she
play
can hear
football?
you.
Does he play football?
No, she's a lady. She's very
Okay, I
brilliant.
knew that. Well, that's
Her
nice.
name is Blessing. That's her
Oh,
name,
bless,
Blessing.
bless. Does she go to school?
Yeah, she goes to school. She's about to finish a basic school. She's in JHS2. So she'll finish a basic school, then she go to high school, then she goes to university.
Brilliant. That's
Yeah,
brilliant. That's brilliant. And
right.
what does she speak English?
Yeah, she speaks very good English. She speaks good
Uh,
English. Just that I have ear plug in my ear, so she cannot
so she
hear.
can't hear me. Okay. Do you want to ask
Is
her
that
what she wants to do for a living when she grows older? Does she want to be a doctor, pilot?
yeah? What do you want to do when you grow? She says she want to be a nurse.
Ah, nice, nice. Beautiful profession, nice. And you could achieve that. That's no problem. You have it in your blood already. Trust me when I tell you this. You have greatness in your blood. So I'm really happy. So you have 15 of
Right.
these children, 15 of them.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, presently in my own house, and I'm glad. I'm very happy to be with them. I'm very glad to see them. I'm very happy whenever I go out and I meet them. You know, I become so happy. I don't know. You know, whenever I meet them, I become very glad to see them. Like I say, oh my God, this is
That's
what
what
the
children
Creator has
do.
given.
You know, I have a few children myself, and they bring so much happiness. You know, there's been times when I've been really down, and my children have lifted me back up. You know, they've really made me feel good and made me happy. There is nothing in the world better than having children. But let me ask you this question. I'm going to ask you a sensitive question, okay? Um, and I'm going to ask you also to try and be a little careful with the way you answer this, okay? Try and be a little bit diplomatic, okay? So I'm going to ask you this question. Do you have anybody, I mean, with children, of course, there is more of a safety risk, okay? Because you're going to have people, right, who are going to see those children, especially Westerners, okay? You're going to have people from the West who are going to be like, yo, okay, yeah, I'd love to come over there and start up something with you, start up a business, start up a school. I'll do that. I've got the money for that. And they'll do all this just so they can spend time around your children. You understand? So this is
Right.
just the way some Europeans, that's the way a lot of the times they do it in order to get some to get close to your children so they can do whatever they do. So you got to be really careful, especially when we're on the internet here now, on who contacts you, because I think a lot of Europeans, they already know that they can put themselves into situations that perhaps other black people can't, because, you know, as soon as a lot of Africans see a white person who wants to do business, they take those people a lot more serious than they would a diasporan like me. You know, if I come in and say I want to do business, and then you got, you know, another guy who's a white guy from Europe, from Germany or something, and that person says he wants to do business, they are more than likely going to take that person more serious than me. That I have that feeling. It may not be the case, but of course there are a lot of nefarious people in Europe, and as a person who has two daughters myself, you need to be really, really careful. So this is more for warning,
I'm
less
careful.
of a question.
You see, I'm very careful about like the way people live, and you know, the Creator put something in us to the point that whenever I see you as a danger, I know. I may not make it clear to you that you are a danger or you are very hazardous, but I will just be watching you. So I have securities. I have people that have trained very well to access you. I have a lot of cameras around personally. Everything, my spectacles, I have a lot of cameras that I use that you may not know. Now, let me tell you something. When people come in to help my children, I don't classify whether you are white or black. No. I never put that thing in my mind. No. A black man can do me bad, and a white man can also do bad to me. A white man can do good to me, and a black man can do good to me. Color is nothing to me.
Yeah.
I never thought about that. So whenever you come, your demeanor shows that you're a bad person. You know, the people that I deal with, the children that I have, they are very, very sensitive, and I deal with a very good children. You see the child that I showed to you right now, very brilliant. When you talk to her and she doesn't understand, she will run to my office to come and ask me that what does he mean about this? Irrespective that, because I trained her right from the beginning that when she was not having a mother or a father, so she has taken my character. She has taken the character of those that is teaching her. So whenever you ask her questions, she got to come to me and ask me what you mean about what you are saying. And I will know the kind of person you are. If you deserve arrest, I will arrest you.
Communication.
If you don't deserve arrest,
communication and
it's
respect
very
as
important.
well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you speak
so
to
now
a lot of...
I greet Elizabeth Grice from Dubai now, from Houston. I salute you so much, woman. I love you so much from the bottom of my heart. And she's helping. She's helping a lot.
She's living the good life in Dubai at this moment.
It's not even about living a good life. It's about letting others to feel the kind of situation that you are in. Make sure that people enjoy what you are enjoying.
Yeah. You know, I've been tempted to go and live in Ghana, not in Ghana. I would love to live in Ghana, but I've been tempted to go and live in Dubai at some point, because it's just an easier way of life. It's an easier way of progressing to the top.
Yeah, I want to explain this. Somebody is saying that I can sell it in Ghanaian market.
Yeah.
There are scope that I can sell it in Ghanaian market, and there are some things that I cannot sell it in Ghanaian market. I'm a businessman. I do a lot of business. So that is my mother's work when we were in the Western region. We have a lot of people that they sell soap for us, different company of black soap of mine that I don't want to discuss it on this platform, that we sell it in Ghanaian market. So we
guys,
are talking about...
Let's say this. Okay, so guys, I will tell you guys this. So any money that's earned through this video, I can give that money to the children, right? Any super chats, anything, even the ad revenue. What I can do is I can easily just give that to yourselves. We had we had a few problems with the donations. It was so difficult to get money to
It's
the
very
African
difficult, but
continent.
because people are using false way to raise revenue for people. I mean, for children that they think that they are helping them, but they are not helping them. But I am telling you the gospel truth. That is why I don't have a lot of children. I have only 15 that my heart will love, that my heart want to take them to a level. When they grow to a certain level, then another children can come and replace. And I am telling you, anybody that is ready to help us to raise these children to an expected level, the ancestors and the creator will help them as well.
Yeah, Yeshua.
And even a dollar or a CD and buy a water for these children. And I'll be very glad for that.
Yeah.
I can take care of them. But if you support too, I'll be very glad.
Okay. That's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's not going to be. I'm not expecting to make much from this, but whatever I do make from this, I can clearly send it over. But there's one thing, you know, it's what is it? Is it Wave? Do you have the Wave app?
You know, over here in Ghana, in case you want to give me something, I have my business account that I give to people to give it to my account, or I have my SendWave account. We call it SendWave account, that if you want to give me some money in my mobile money wallet, it's SendWave. That is MTN number. And the number is plus MTN.
Wait. We'll put that in underneath as well. We'll put that underneath. I just want to know what is the MTN? Oh, sorry, that's MTN number. Is that what you was you going about to say?
Yeah, MTN is a network. It's a network. We have different categories of network in Ghana, and I use MTN. I use only MTN. So that is the only number. Yeah.
Is this the one here? Wave Pay.
Yep. Okay. That's the one over there. That's MTN.
Cool. All right. So I'm going to try and use this myself, actually, because I've never used it before. Because it would be just so much easier for me if I want to give something. I could just, you know, instantly. There's, depending on which country you're in, it's more difficult to send money to Africa in some countries as opposed to others. And to be frank, I don't like sending my money using Western Union and all that, because the rate is terrible. They rub you on the rate.
Even when you go there, there are a lot of questions. If you go there, there are a lot of questions that they're going to ask you about. MTN SendWave, the highest money is, I think, 500 to 600 US dollars. So even if at $50 or $20, MTN SendWave is okay. That's
MTN
it. You know.
SendWave. Okay.
Yeah, that is empty.
And you have a SendWave number, do you?
Exactly. I have a SendWave number.
Okay, so yeah, just so you've got my WhatsApp, just send it me by WhatsApp. I haven't put a description yet in this live, but once I do that, after we've come offline, I will put that in the description. So whoever's watching, if you want to send $1, send $2, go ahead, do your thing. It will be I will post a picture with the, if you want, I might redact it, but I'll send a picture with the transparency, you know, just to be transparent. I'll send a picture with every transaction of everybody who paid their bit of dough, and then we can send that over to, and then no one can argue with me and say, "Oh, you didn't. What did you do with that money?" I don't like that. I go after
Right,
people who
right.
do that exact thing.
It's
You know what
very,
I mean?
you know something, like there's a diaspora that came, I think last year, November, December, that she called me that she needs African clothes, so I should sew African clothes for her. She's from America, Florida or something like that. And I used a lot of money to sew clothes for this lady. And she came with Elizabeth to a hotel in Accra, that is Palace, Africa. And I carried those clothes to her, and this lady refused to pay.
What?
She didn't give me the money. I spent my entire money to do work for her, and she didn't pay. I said, okay. This lady was very serious. She was not happy about that. I said, oh, it's okay. I believe in the power of the ancestors. The ancestors takes us to a level that we are not expected to. And I believe the power of my father who is in his grave now. I respect you, Daddy. If you are watching me spiritually, I know that if I lose something today, I'll gain it tomorrow. So I gave it to her for free.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave it to her for free. I said, it's okay. I don't have a problem about that. Just take it for free.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand because where was that person from? Was it from America?
Yes, she's from America. She's a diaspora.
I just
She's
don't
a black
understand.
person. She's a black woman. I picked her with my own car. She was in my car. I took her out for shopping. You know, she didn't pay any dime. I make sure that is why I'm telling you that, you know, we the blacks too, we think that we have seen our people, so we are black, so we are good or something like that. Some whites are even better than the whites. I mean, some whites are even better than the blacks because our own people can also do us bad. I am telling you, I'm somebody that I speak how it is. If it is A, I say it is A. If it is B, I say it is B. This lady refused to pay anything to me. If you can ask Elizabeth, if you can ask Elizabeth in
I
Dubai,
wish
you
she would
can
have
ask
been
her.
online. Actually, it would have been nice to have had a chat with her. I didn't really speak to her. You know, I haven't spoken to her in a bit, actually, in a while. So I'll send her an email. Actually, hopefully
Yeah, I like
she'll
it so
get back to
much.
me.
Miss us, whether black or white, we discriminate among us. We don't need to discriminate. There are people that, irrespective of their color, they are very good or not. That is it. People
Yeah.
discriminate, and this is what is calling the downfall of us. There are some blacks, your own brother can do you bad things that you were expecting a foreigner to do to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A
Yeah.
white came to my orphanage home to donate 10,000 US dollars, and I got to use for food for them. It has never happened in my life before.
Okay. Yeah. 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 I mean that's very good. That's very good. But I think what you're doing that's really good is actually you're just keeping the children safe from everyone. That's pretty much the way I do it because
Not everyone. You see, the children doesn't supposed to stay with you more than 5 minutes. No. No matter the kind of help that you are.
hmm yeah, yeah, that's very good. That's very good. I just don't trust people around my children. I, None of them. I don't. So oh, you've gone away. I'll
Doesn't
try
need
and
to
get you
talk.
back online. But
Yeah, I'm here. I'm
yeah,
here.
okay,
The
good,
children
good,
doesn't
good.
need to talk to you more than 5 minutes. No matter how they help. Even you were Ghanaian, even you are my brother. The children doesn't need to be with you more than 5 minutes.
Precisely,
That is it.
precisely. They don't. They don't. Um, just yeah. I mean, I always heed with caution when it comes to strangers from anyone. You know, around your kids. There's just have your rules, stick with them, never go against them for anybody. And it's good that you don't sound like a person that's easily bought as well. I remembered when I first spoke to you about this and I tried to arrange the money to get some money over to you. I was like, hey, you know, you was you
I
didn't
don't,
seem too keen
no,
in accepting money. It was like, yeah, you know,
no, no,
people
no, no,
make
no,
the
no. I
assumption that
don't.
Africans, as soon as you offer Africans money, they're going to be, oh, yeah, thank you, yes, yes, yes. Nah, man, they're not like that. And I've met people like that in Senegal. I've met a kid in Senegal like that. He's like, I don't want your money. Like, you know, they're not charity. They're not charity cases. They don't want your money for free. They'll work for it. A lot of them will work for it, and they'll be happy to work for it. But they don't just give them money. It's disrespectful. It's, you know, it's they just don't like that. I mean, with the children, it's different, isn't it? With the children, of course, you give them
I
lump sum.
had an offer from a political person in Ghana that want to offer me more than $50,000, and I ignored it.
Wow, wow,
Yeah,
that's
I
probably
don't want to boast about that, but I ignore it because I like the source and the kind of friendship that he want to have with me. I didn't like it, so I ignored it.
well. I've got a friend who's coming over, an African American friend who's going to be coming to Ghana, and I think he knows somebody in the government. He knows, I forgot the politician's name. He knows a female politician. She's really good, and I'm going to speak to him before he leaves. He'll be leaving within the next couple of weeks, I believe. Actually, it might be in the next week, and I will speak to him and see if he can link up with you, because he is looking to
I'll be very
start.
glad.
Sorry.
I'll be very glad. I'll be very glad if you want to link up
I
with
will
me.
hook you up with whoever I've got. Trust me, and hopefully we can get this black soap moving. I know a lot of you guys who are watching this, you're asking, oh, how can I get a hold of that soap? The reality is there's so much soap there. We need to start focusing. I mean, we need to get rid of it one way or another, of course, but we need to start focusing on trying to find a mechanism to send quite a lot, you know, from place to place and just distribute it one way or another that way, so people can sell it that way, because there's a lot to sell. I mean, but you know, if anybody wants any of the soap, of course, give me a few days. All right, what's the day? Today's Sunday. Give me until Wednesday, right? And I will try and find a way of getting that black soap into Europe and into Africa. Okay, so we can at least start selling pieces to people, and you know, people can order that online and we can get it. I think we're allowed to sell a certain amount before the Department for the Environment start sticking their noses in and start asking for to check whether the stuff is good for resale. There's a certain amount that we can sell. So, you know, give me a few days to get my head wrapped around that. And we'll see if we can start moving kind of larger pieces, you know, 200, 300 bits at a time. Sorry, I'm going to read this. African politicians are dangerous. Never trust them, except you get, when you want to get into a corrupt business. Never trust a politician who has sold African to the white man. Yeah, I think that's. I mean, once again, I think that's a very.
It's very deep. It's very deep. I love him so much. Leviticus Emmanuel. He is Leviticus
I think
Emmanuel,
it's
and
to a certain degree, and this is the way I sort of live my life. You know, I live my life,
right.
but I don't think I'm going to answer this myself. I don't think you should trust politicians at all, especially the ones from the West. The politicians,
You see, we deal with a lot of politicians. They used to call us. I mean, I'm a young man, but you know, there are a lot of things that they used to communicate, and sometimes in the member of parliament seats, they have to come to us for us to give them people to vote for them. Mm-hmm. I am POWWAH Central, and I was the first person to help the MP over here. The name is Ghanaian. That is POWWAH Central, for her to win. I did it. Mm. So we deal with a lot of people. But the thing, what I want to tell you is that there are a lot of them that they are corrupt. After they win, they don't know you. Mm. When they are about to go for voting, they know you. But after they win, they don't know you. So thank you very much, Leviticus Emmanuel. They are very corrupt, though they have failed our country, everything to the white folks. Our mind is not for them. Our mind is for our people, our children, our future generation.
Yep. That's true. That's true. What else did he say? He said, you know, that the politicians really have sold Africa to the Europeans. I think that can't be argued. In reality, that has, in general, what has happened. But they haven't done it for nothing. The politicians made themselves extremely wealthy. Okay, a lot of African politicians are very, very wealthy. And if you look at the richest people in Africa now, they all have ties to the government, or they have been former presidents, or they've been the wives of former presidents, or the daughters, or the brothers, or the sons of former presidents. Sorry, there's a super chat from Winston Patterson again. Thank you. One thing
that I can say is that you know, over here in Ghana, personally, I never schooled in Europe before or America before, but many of our politicians school outside Ghana, in America, even our president. I'm not talking about Africa. I'm talking about Ghana specifically. I am in Ghana.
Sorry, could you?
So
sorry,
I'm talking about Ghana.
What did you just say there?
I said our president is in Ghana, but he's school in London throughout. School in London. You understand? And a lot of our politicians school outside Ghana. If you look at their biography, so their mindset is different from us because I am in the roots and I know what our people are going through. They don't, because they didn't school here. They don't know what is going on. I school in Ghana. I know everything about people. I live in the village and I know what is going on. So, you know, you don't expect their mindset to be like we that we are from the ground.
Yeah. And in some cases, you kind of need that, don't you? You need, you know, that mindset of somebody that's had a very good education. There are certain countries that just won't allow someone who's had a Western education to lead their country. Countries like China. China would never have a Chinese person who was brought up in New York or in London.
Right.
They would never have one of those people leading their nation.
Right.
And it's about the principle. It's got nothing to do with, you know, being the nationalist or what kind of education you're going to receive there. It's about the principle. If you want to have that, the Chinese, if you want to have your country ruled in a vertically integrated, you know, Chinese mindset, you can't have someone that was brought up in the States. You understand? It's already been tainted. That person has already been infected with Western idealism. So it's better for them to have somebody who was, you know, was born and raised in China. China's not the only country that do it. There are other countries that do this as well. But you know, it's important for, I think this what's his name? Addo, your president of Ghana. I think he's okay.
Nana Akufo-Addo. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo.
Yeah.
I respect him so much.
He's not bad. He's not bad. Let's have a look.
He's not bad.
They invested the factory before they started their channel. I no longer support the channel, but I doubt the $9,000 was from donations. I wonder where the $9,000 was from.
Yeah, like we are in the same group chat with her, Palace Africa, Sherry. This is Ato who is talking to you right now. I respect you a lot. I have Sherry's even passport with me, passport picture, because they sent money for a land and the bank was fucking up, so they send the money back to them. Sherry, I know you are in Ghana right now. I respect you so much. Yeah.
Ah, bless, bless. That's really nice. Really nice. One more second. Yeah, I mean, and this is the season. This is the time where people are going to start coming over now, and there are a lot of people are looking for people like you know, who have the time and who has integrity. You know, there are a lot of people in Africa that, you know, much like in the diaspora, there are a lot of people that don't have integrity. They say one thing, but they actually want something else. You know, they have ulterior
Yeah, you know, a
motives for
lot of
wanting
the
to come to.
diasporas, a lot of people living in Europe or America think that every African is eager to get money. No, I want to remove
Mm,
that kind of mindset. No, I am a hustler.
mhm,
I
mhm,
hustle to make
mhm,
whatever that I want, everything that I want to do. Not everybody. You can choose not to help my kids. I'm okay. You can choose to help them. I'm okay. But it may be a blessing for you to help. So the thing is, I just want to make it this clear to everybody that
mm,
we are not forcing anybody to help the kids,
mhm.
the less privileged or the orphans. As I'm talking to you, Visibility is going to let us have NGO bread factory for the deaf and dumb. Very soon we are going to start a big
Mhm.
factory, bakery, biscuit, bakery, like biscuit, bread, for those who cannot speak, for those who cannot speak, like those who cannot hear signs, you know, to work over there, you know. So I think I still greet you, Elizabeth. I respect you so much for whatever that you are doing to help the motherland Ghana. Yep.
Okay, okay. Well, we're going to try and get this sorted out one way or another. I know we said we was going to talk for an hour. It's an hour and 10 minutes, so I understand you've got to go play football now. Who are you playing against?
Yeah. We playing against the next town, my
Ah,
town and the next town. Yeah, it's going to be a lot.
ah,
I mean,
nice,
maybe I
nice.
may let somebody record a short video for you if possible. I may let somebody
Yeah,
record a short video for you. So,
yeah, do that so I can, you know, take or at least take some photographs so I can put it on my community post. Yeah, do that.
okay.
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 All right, Emmanuel, thank you for joining us.
You're
I'm
welcome
gonna
very
try and
much.
get I'm gonna try and get this. I'm gonna try. Actually, do you know what? I'm gonna double it. I'll double whatever I make from this, and I'll send it over to you. I don't know how much it's
Okay.
gonna make. It's not gonna be a lot, so
Okay.
it'll be nice for the
All
kids. You
right.
can
So
give it to the
I'm going to
kids.
send you all my information for our people
Yeah,
that they are
yeah.
watching us to.
Please do
Uh,
that.
yeah,
Emmanuel,
I'm
before
gonna.
you go to football, please send me all that information so I can at least put it onto the to the that my profile so people can, you know, click the link, and if they want to put in some money
Right.
in a PayPal or whatever for the kids, then they can
Right.
do that. Yeah, that'll be well appreciated.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Okay,
You're welcome.
and yeah, good
You're wel-
luck.
Thank
Good
you so
luck.
much. I respect you all. Love you, Black Power. Stay Black Power.
Thank you. Thank you.
Love you. All right.
Take
Right.
care.
Bye bye.
Respect. Um, oh, guys, so that was it. That was really nice to speak to him. I want to try and actually speak with you guys, and I'm going to try and get you guys to come on and say whatever you want to say. So I'm going to start posting. If you want, let's have a look. How do I get this? How do I get the link? Link. I don't even know how to do the link. I don't know how to do it. It's been so long since I've gone live. I've forgotten how to do it. Do any of you guys know how to put the link up? Let's have you guys come in. But anyway, yeah, guys, thank you very much, Mr. Element and Trey. Thank you very much. I'm going to go through your questions right now. Okay, so Prince Yoko, UN, can you ask Emmanuel to share the information about his orphanage in this chat? Um, I will. I'm going to try and get this this. I'm going to try and get 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 this. I'm going to t Yeah, I mean, I can now. What information do you need, Prince Yoko? I don't think it's a formal orphanage. I don't think it's a formal one. I think that's just he sort of controls a certain area, and he you know, he's just there are some children who are orphans, or some of them who just can't afford to eat something, and I think he takes care of those kids. Um, you know, uh, I I don't like asking people for money, because simply because of the nature of this channel. The nature of this channel is I'll go after people who are trying to you know, scam money from people. So it's always better if I just, like, you know, I've got this super chat here, and I'll give them some of my own money, and I could just give that to the kids, because the kids will like that. They'll enjoy that money. You know what I mean? They'll get a lot out of that, and that way I don't have to worry about people saying, "Oh, well, you misappropriated funds." I'll be like, "Well, it was my money, so shut up." You understand? So I put it in. I prefer to do it that way, and it's not going to be a lot anyway, so it's not a big thing. Um, I feel like the issue hasn't been properly addressed. It hasn't, and it wasn't supposed to be honest with you. I just wanted to bring it back into the light, because people had sort of forgotten about him, and there is a lot of black soap there, almost 4 metric tons of it, right? 4 metric tons. This is not going to be a, oh yeah, do you know what? I'll buy a couple of pieces here and there. We need to get rid of a lot of it. So we need to look for somebody that can, you know, take on 3, 4, 500 pieces, you know, get that over to wherever it needs to get to, and just start knocking them out. You know, that's the way we need to do it. We need to start somewhere, because I think it will help that village in particular to grow and to thrive. It will pay the salaries for the people that was working there. I know he said he paid them, but clearly I think he's paid for a month or something like that. They were expecting sustained work from this. So yeah, let's have a look. Cheryl Fleming, and I'm sure you want to get up also seems a bit uncomfortable. What do you mean? You talking to me? Nah, I'm not uncomfortable. I'm very comfortable. It went from soap deal to kids and football. Of course, I'm a dynamic person, and he has a lot of things under his belt as well, of course. So actually, I didn't even know that he had those children that he was taking care of there until he just said it. So there are 15 children there. It's nice. UN, you know nothing about this guy. How can you vouch for him? You know, I don't know a lot about him, but at some point, you know, when somebody is in a situation, what I do know about him is the situation that he's in, because I've had other people vouch for him as well. African Americans, I've had African Americans in the diaspora who contacted me initially to say, hey, there is a guy in Ghana who has, you know, is in a bit of a situation because of Phucha and POWWAH. That's how I knew about the situation in the first place. And, you know, there are people out there who are scamming hundreds of thousands, if not millions of euros and dollars from the diaspora. You know, if I can send a couple of €100 to a, you know, a farm in Ghana, if I can set up, not a farm, in a village in Ghana, then it's not going to hurt me. I'm not going to care about that. You know what I mean? If as long as it's helping those children, of course it will. You know, that's what's most important. So I'm willing to take that risk, because it's not a huge quantity of money. He didn't even ask for money, to be honest with you. In the beginning, I sort of forced it on him. This is the reason. This is the way you can tell somebody's integrity, because when somebody comes out and starts asking for money straight away, that's you know, that's what you got to question. But that's when you got to question that person's integrity. But when you offer somebody money and that person turns it down, yeah, tells you a lot about a person's personality. Believe at your own peril. Most NGOs don't work. Money making machines. Yeah, absolutely. I don't trust. Listen, guys. I know he was trying to be diplomatic when he was saying that about, because I told him to be diplomatic. You heard me. I said that. I said there isn't a lot of there are going to be people that are going to be coming over to Africa, coming over to Ghana, and if they know you've got children there, there will be people who will be attracted to coming to your village, who will offer you all the world and can possibly even give you those types of things, as long as they have access to the children and they can come into the dorms during the night and read a story to the kids. You know, I'd let them do it so I could just no, I got to be careful now. But really, I just would have an outright ban on anybody seeing them. Just an outright ban. Just forget it. You know, if they want to give money towards my children, if I had a place where, you know, where I was keeping a few children, where I was bringing them up, giving them safety and everything, I'd be like, oh, you know, they've come from a bad place. It's better if they don't have contact with many people. So, you know, if you want to give money, fair enough. But if you don't, fair enough. But you're not going to see them either way. Their safety is priority, comes before anything. So yeah, that's the way I would do it. But yeah, plea for donations. Wasn't really a plea. Trey, it's Ramadan. You will be blessed, you went, but a little extra too. Yeah, well, I'm not. This wasn't sort of a live, so I could try and get some money for him. These guys, I mean, guys, if there's any West Africans inside here, you'll know this already. West Africans don't like charity. They don't do that. They don't want people giving them money for the sake of it. You know, it's the last thing that you could do, that you would do, that they would accept. You know, especially if it's a men. You know how proud West African men can be. Woo, man, sometimes doing business with you're like, yo, just let it slide, man. Just let it slide. No, it's got to be done the right way, you know, so they can feel like men after they've done that. You know, that was my business deal. That was my baby. That was my, you know, they want that. That is your typical West African businessman. Whew, man. Critical nurse ready. And she's being critical about me. Not a good interview, Tan. Please do better next time. You know, this was ad hoc. Okay, I'm not giving an excuse, but I didn't know I was doing this until. This is why you guys didn't see it happening. I literally just went on and did it. Didn't have a list of questions. Nothing like that. I just went into it and started speaking to him. And I wanted to really give him a platform so he could talk. It was more about him talking as opposed to me. We need better info. Guys, right? Like I said, I didn't know this was going to go ahead. So in the description box, there is no information inside there. I just went at it. But after I've done this, I'm going to put all the links inside the description box. That's what I'm going to do. So if any of you guys want to, if you want to help, if you're going to Ghana maybe and you want to help in the village, you know, and they live right on the coast, you know, they live right on the coast, not a million miles away from Accra. Let's have a look. So they live in Winnebe, wherever that is. It's right on the coast. So if you guys want to go there, it's not just about money. You know, if you want to go there, please do. You know, I will leave his contact details, and you can do that. It's not all about let's. They always blame the begging on the children. Yeah. Yeah. How do you know it will go to the kids, UN? Emmanuel was vague at best. If it's extra, oh, wait, I'm going to put that up. If it's extra soap he needs to sell, so be it. But all this begging for kids, for children's support, I'm not going to say kids is, for children's support is shameful and shameless. Did he beg? Did you see him asking for anything? He didn't ask for anything. I offered it to him. If you watch if you just watch this interview, he didn't beg for anything. I asked him. I said, what I can do is I can give him the money from this live stream. And you can give it over to the children. So if I get any super chats, I will give that to them, or whatever money I make from this live, I will give it to them. I didn't read. And then I said, I'll put a link in. If any of you guys want to give $1 or something, do so. If you don't want to, you don't have to. The information I gave is for those people that want to. If you don't want to, if you don't trust it, don't do it. All living my best life in Ghana had to do was, what are you doing now? Exactly. Exactly. And this is the problem. They didn't continue contact with the village, which is just weird. I mean, if they have done nothing wrong, why not give him a call? Give him a call. Pick up your phone. Why are you avoiding contact for? Because it's clear you don't have to be a rocket scientist to realize that the reason they didn't want to contact them was because they owed salaries to these people. Salaries that weren't paid. And now all of a sudden, that responsibility of paying that salary was there. I don't think Living My Best Life in Ghana had a lot of money anyway. They were struggling, I believe. And all of a sudden, here's another bill. So, of course, they didn't pick up the phone. That was it. It's the way it happens sometimes. Let's have a look. Most Southern Ghanaians have a Christian name and a day name and another name, then a last name. Nothing strange with his name. I didn't think there was anything strange with his name either. That's true. I just said that. No, he's begging. He's begging. No, he wasn't. He wasn't begging. Stop it. Stop it. He didn't ask for money at all. Rewatch it. I didn't ask. I said I wanted to give him a mechanism, basically, so I could give him some money that he can give to the children. Because whatever I'm going to make from this is not going to be anything substantial, even to him. It's just going to be something that I can give to the children myself. If not, I'll give out of my own pocket. It's guys, it wasn't supposed to be a big thing. Drama. There are registered orphanages in Ghana. We have SOS. Oh my God. Really? And the problem with these registered orphanages is a lot of them attract some pretty nefarious characters from Western Europe, especially over there. Not all of them are bad. I remember one Dutch doctor and his daughter. They might be watching this. I was actually dating his daughter. She was a doctor too, actually, 2 doctors. And I fell out of favor with her. So if you're watching this, I'm sorry for treating you that way. Anyway, that was years ago. So yeah, I know a few people, Europeans who have gone to help in Ghana, apply their skills there. Very genuine, very lovely people. Okay, but I'm just saying that, there are a lot of people there who want our most precious, you know, commodity, which is our children. They want to grab it, put their, you know, they want to have access to them, and we just need it. There just needs to be an outright ban on that. Like our animals too, yeah. Like those hunters coming over to shoot up the elephants and all that. Just need to ban them. I actually made a video, and I had to take it down. Or else my account wouldn't get monetized. I made a video, and it was called how to ban Europeans from Africa, because it's been done before. Not in Africa though, but at some point in the past, Europeans were banned from entering Japan. They didn't want Europeans in Japan at one point. Can't remember how long ago this was. This was just when we're talking the 1600s. Okay, the Japanese saw the Europeans as barbarians. They didn't wash properly. They were on the boat. They smelt so badly. They didn't dress right. They got off the boat trying to do business with Japanese people. This you know, group of highly intelligent, I guess, you know, structured people. And then they had these people coming off these boats. Like, yo, nah. They were like, the Japanese were like, nah, ban them. What happened is first they sent envoys with the Europeans back to Europe to see how they were trading, and a lot of them, those Japanese envoys, saw what they were doing in Africa and saw the way they were treating the people, and then they were like, yo. They went back to Japan, told the authorities in Japan. The Japanese were just like, nah, we're banning them. And they banned them for 200 years. Europeans couldn't enter Japan. And then the Americans sort of did something. They sort of broke through that type of blockade politically. I can't remember off the top of my head, but basically, I made a video about that. Because at some point, you know, you have to look at a lot of the problems that Africa has, and we need to be responsible, because we are responsible for a lot of those problems. But a lot of those problems have also stemmed, actually the majority, I would even say, majority of those problems, the systemic problems that Africa have, were put there on purpose by the Europeans. For instance, the borders. Did you know that the borders that were drawn, that they drew in West Africa, purposely crossed over tribal lands? They did that on purpose. That's why they're so straight. If you look at West Africa, they crossed over tribal borderlands. So they didn't sort of make those borders to incorporate one section of the Akan. Okay, this is the Akan there, or Akan. Boom, this is one country here, and we'll say that because the majority of Akan. They didn't want to do that. No, they needed to make sure that they had some form of control over those people. Okay, so they drew the borders through those tribal lands instead. They did it in the Middle East too, with the Shiites and the what's the other ones? Well, you know, the Shiites and the other types of Muslims. They drew the borders through those borderlands, so to create chaos. They did it on purpose. So the Japanese saw this. They were like, "Yo, no, ban them." And I'm thinking, I've got to be careful with the way I word this, but Africa needs a bit of breathing room from European imperialism and exceptionalism. Did he ever find out what happened? No, he didn't. He didn't speak to them. He doesn't know where they are. Division. Yes, exactly it. Action Aid Ghana has trained 5,000 orphans in northern Ghana. Today, of these orphans are dressmakers, welders, masons, carpenters, plumbers, teachers, accountants, painters, weavers, etc. But you know, Prince Ayoko, let me ask you this: how many of those children were abused? Do we know? They were given the chance of, you know, and I'm not saying that it even happened, you know, but you got to, it's happened so often. It even happens in the UK with British, European children. It even happens there. So what makes you think it's not happening there? It happens all the time in the UK. It's scary. And then we always have some sort of, I don't know, some big news announcement when some toffee politician who went to Eton, you know, whose dad was a lord, when he comes out and says, "Oh yeah, okay, you know, I had sexual relations with, you know, minors or something like that." It comes out. It happens all the time, and I know this because I live here. I see the way they do this, and you can't trust them. Not even they trust them. Okay, they don't trust themselves. So why are you trusting them? We shouldn't. We should be, because when this what's the name? When this Action Aid Ghana, when they go into Ghana, who is looking, making sure that those people haven't had any a criminal record or who has had any bad past with children? Who's checking that in Ghana? No one is. You're relying on that organization to have done those checks. And a lot of the times they don't do those checks. Oh, it's just Africa, you know. It's just African children. We can't, you can't trust them. And you know, there are plenty of people over here who have been given wonderful lives. You know, there've been kids who, remember Woody Harrison? Woody Harrison, the director from America? What did he do? Him and his wife, I think him and his wife adopted a child, didn't they? They adopted a little child from Vietnam. And he ended up marrying her. He ended up divorcing his wife and then marrying his bloody adopted daughter. It's just messy. You can't trust, I say, you can't trust anyone. I'm not even going to say you can't trust Europeans. You can't trust anyone. Just keep your kids close. That's it. Yeah, there are plenty of people working. Sorry, there are plenty of people working, plenty of children being trafficked right now through northern Ghana to work in the mines. I don't know where I saw that, but that scares me. It really does. That fills me with dread. Especially, I have a young child. It fills me with so much dread to know that there are children out there, and some of them have been taken on purpose. They, you know, like the parents couldn't afford to keep them, so they were like, you know, you can work in the mine, and that they'll feed you. Go work in the mine. You know, they'll feed you. They'll give you a place to sleep. They need you. You're worth something to them. I could not have said that better. Africa needs the space to grow and strengthen itself. Question is, how do we gain that space? And the thing is, to Niger, the Europeans don't want you to do that. They just don't want that. The Europeans have more power and more hold over Africa than what you think. And they basically do that by controlling the heads of states of these African republics. They control them. And it's so easy to control them. It's not like back in the day. Back in the day, it was difficult to control an African leader, especially just after colonialism sort of started to end. I always tell the story about the Nigerian government, what they did with Royal Dutch Shell and BP, British Petroleum, the British and the Dutch, when they started sending Nigerian oil to South Africa to be refined. And it was part of Nigeria didn't want any of that oil going to South Africa whatsoever, and told the British, told the Dutch, do not send that oil to South Africa. They ended up sending the oil to South Africa anyway, because they thought, just a bunch of black people from Nigeria, we can get around them one way or another. But the Nigerian secret services found out, and they nationalized everything. You would have known about that too, Niger. You should know about that. Where do you think all the billionaires have come from in Nigeria? They came from that day when they said, it was almost a given that that was going to happen. The Nigerians knew that was going to happen. They were like, they're going to send it anyway. And when they do it, when they send that oil to South Africa, boom, we'll take everything. We'll take all the refineries. We'll take all the oil wells. We'll stick them at gunpoint. And then we'll tell the United Nations, because the United Nations had something to do with it. They said, we'll tell the United Nations what they were doing. And they couldn't really fight back against that. Ended up making a group of Nigerian a group of Nigerian politicians, extremely rich, like, you know, money coming out of their ears rich. We're still, you know, I tell people that story. It would have been better if that money would have gone to the people, and people would have used it to build infrastructure instead of lining their own pockets and sending their children to school in Switzerland. So the way things are, guys, it's the way things are at this moment. It's difficult. Giving him
Guys, sorry, my battery went, so I'm on my spare phone. Guys, so I'm gonna actually end it here. I'm just gonna take a look at your Action Aid. Doesn't work with any politicians. My brother is the regional accountant of Action Aid in northern Ghana. I know a lot of orphans who have benefited from Action Aid Ghana. I know. I'm not disputing that they have. I'm not disputing that that hasn't happened. Okay. Or give me a second. What I'm saying is, and this is a fact, right? Those types of organizations, those types of NGOs attract certain types of people that you need to be really, really careful about. Okay. And they are smooth talkers. They know how to manipulate people, you know, into doing things, you know, into giving access to our children. You don't even know that they're doing it a lot of the times. They're that good at it. So all I'm saying is that, you know, it's easy to look at these big organizations, and a lot of them are getting their money from huge conglomerates, massive organizations in the West. And these organizations in the West are making their money by pillaging African nations, especially the Congo. The Congo, I mean, I don't know what's happened with you guys where you are, and especially in America. I don't know what's happening over there. But in Europe, in the UK, by 2030, they will stop the sale of all combustion engined cars. No gasoline at all. They'll just stop the production, and you will only be able to buy brand new an electric car. That's only in 9 years from now, which is brilliant. it's absolutely brilliant, you know, for us, because I run a lot, and I don't like running and seeing cars passing by and I'm having to sniff up those fumes. I hate it. But the Congo is far richer in terms of natural resources than Saudi Arabia or Dubai and all these places. The riches underneath its soil is would buy out the United States of America threefold. The United States of America is $15 trillion in debt. So wait a minute, let me. I'm gonna have to think differently. It would, you know what I mean, right? They would. So, with this revolution coming now, with all the electric cars, with all the lithium ion batteries that are going to be made now, in 10 years' time, shouldn't the president of the Congo now be focused now on trying to build a battery factory, you know, build on battery design and development right there? Because where do you think they're getting this lithium ion from? Where do you think they're getting the coltan from for the electronics in the car? Where do you think all that's coming from? It's all coming from the Congo. All of it is coming from the Congo. So the Congo should be filthy rich within the next 20 years. But I tell you something, these Europeans, they don't want that. They want the status quo. They want things to stay the same. They don't want to pay a fair price for that lithium ion. And they don't want to pay that for the lithium and the coltan. They don't want that. They want that raw material. They will process it. They want it a bottom dollar for free if they can. They'll just pay a license, pay your dictator or whoever the president is, pay them, you know, 100 million under the table, because that's nothing to them. And then they'll just go after the resources. So yeah, I'm just hoping things change. Oh, let's have a look. If the Israelis and the Saudis can do it, 40 million strong African Americans can do the same if they just get their act together. To keep Europeans at bay, the African Americans use some influence in the corridors of power to provide Africa such time and space. 3 AAs in Senate and many Congress. Yeah, I know, but you got to remember, how did those Congress billionaire AAs, how did they turn into billionaires in the first place? Why would someone who's a billionaire want change? They don't want change. They want things to stay the same. They don't want to change the mechanisms that turned them into billionaires in the first place. They want those systems to stay in place so their kids can enjoy the fruits of those systems as well when they grow older. We can't look at, you know, the Cubans got it right. The Cubans have got it right. I know they had problems with the United States of America and embargoes and everything, but they knew straight away. They were like, we need to go our own road. And even Venezuela, the country that has the largest oil reserves on the planet by far, and it isn't just crappy, you know, shale oil like what they have in America, you know, with all the fracking. We're talking about A1 grade Brent crude. Okay, and Venezuela has more oil than all Middle Eastern countries combined, right? And look at them. People are running away on purpose because of what these politicians and people in the Senate and in the Congress, what they are doing. Because they know that their kids are going to get their little filthy hands on that Venezuelan oil at some point in the future. They know that. That's a gold mine, a massive gold mine. And even if all the cars in the world stop using combustion engine cars, you know, they stop using gasoline and they all turn to electricity. Everything in this world that runs on crude oil, everything, like the plastics that we have on our windows, the the rubber tires, you know, it's not just made from rubber, it's made from a compound of both rubber and plastics that have been developed from crude oil. So all the plastics that have, you know, most of the components in our cars that, you know, that is not metal or leather or wood is going to have come from crude oil. What else? The roads, the tar on our roads, you know, where does that come from? It comes from crude oil. Yeah, it comes from the distillation process, right? Distillation process. Everything where that oil has come from, you know, that's still going to go. The ships aren't going to turn into hybrid ships, are they? They're going to continue being diesel powered ships. And when the price of diesel comes down a lot, shipping is going to go even through the roof. Okay, so Venezuela, they know this. They know in 20 years' time, they're playing the long games. You got to remember, these billionaires are billionaires. They have more money than they could ever imagine. They're not worried about money. They're not worried about themselves. They're not worried about their children. They're worried about their children's children. And they are positioning themselves right now for their children's children, so to make sure that they can continue, right? Continue making money, continue being billionaires, continue, you know, fortifying their own fortunes. And so I truly believe that there needs to be another way. There needs to be another way. It needs to be like, let's have a look. Queen's Palace, 15 trillion is a conservative estimate, more like 20 trillion. Yeah, I've heard more than that, actually. I've heard more than 20. 15 is a very conservative guess. Prince Ayoko, my advice to you is that always dig deep to certain issues before you come out with your results. You're doing great job, though you have to spend some time with your investigations. It's hard sometimes, Prince Ayoko. It's difficult. It's not easy. Boy, I've got this. I was supposed to do a video on the on this fake bank which was set up for diasporans. It's not even a bank, actually. They called it a bank, but it's not a bank. I was supposed to do that today, but it's not going to come out. You're supposed to do it yesterday, but it's not going to come out until tomorrow. I'm always having a video coming out. It's hard. It's difficult, but I'll try my best, Prince Yoko. I'll take that. I'll take your advice. African Americans have proximity to power. Also, the billionaire African Americans can be awarded projects in Africa better than Europeans, so they would make more money. Yeah, I would like to agree with you. I would very much like to agree with you on this one. Do I agree with you? I don't know. I don't know. You know, the billionaires are like 3 moves ahead of us, 4 moves ahead of us, something like that. And they work to maintain that 4-move space. Whatever we can do, they would want to shut that down. But we are the people. We do have the power. We are the majority. You know, these systems can be broken. Historically, empires have always fallen. You know, America is not on its last legs now, of course not. It's still a very powerful, very influential country. But China's taken them over, and they've done it within 20 years. China was nothing 20 years ago. All those skyscrapers you see in China, they didn't exist 20 years ago. Only in Hong Kong did they exist. But everywhere else in China, China was a dump 20 years ago. Like I said before, it was not uncommon to find dead babies in the gutter in China 20 years ago. That was the norm. People used to walk past dead babies on the floor like we would walk past roadkill. It's just the way it is. It's the way it is over there, you know. And they have transformed their country within 20 years to becoming that will soon overtake now the United States in terms of wealth. the wealth has not been distributed as well as it was distributed in the United States. So you just have a group of extremely wealthy people like is it Jack Ma? What's his name? The guy who owns Alibaba. He's worth what? Is it 100 billion? The wealthiest man in China, I think, is worth like 100 billion. So there's people like that exist now. Because of exploitation. China have exploited their people. So how many people in China? 1.3 billion people in China now. And let's just say 300 million of those people. There were 330 million people in the United States alone. Okay. And in China, there's 1.3. So they've got like 1 billion people under the thumb that they are controlling in these factories to make sure that everything is kept low, the prices are kept low. So no one can compete with China in terms of getting products built at a high quality, at a high standard, in massive quantities. That's what they did, and all of a sudden no one can compete with them. No one can. And you know, I truly believe we can learn a lot from the Chinese. I really do think we can learn a lot from them. We have to stop depending on the politicians. Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Europe, China is not going to stop taking advantage. Exactly. It's going to be a horrible thing to say, but I truly believe we need to snatch that power off them. Just like the Cubans did, it needs to be snatched off them. They need to be put in a position where if they try anything, you know, they need to be put in a position where they can't try anything. Let's just say that. Exactly. Africa can even progress faster than China if we get our act together. That's true. That's true. Speed isn't of the essence, but yeah, yes, they can. I mean, we say Africa as well. Like we're talking like it's a country, but there are many countries inside there, and this is another reason why the Europeans split up the African continent in that way to cause confusion, right? So there wasn't one complete group of people that had one common goal. They didn't want that. No. Nigeria can compete if their population reaches 1 billion. Yeah. And who's to say it won't happen? Who's to say it won't happen? It looks like it will in the future. Guys, my battery's going to run out of this phone as well. So this also is supposed to be on for an hour. But yeah, it's coming up to 2 hours. So I'm going to leave it there. Guys, thank you very much for speaking. Thank you for leaving your comments as well. I'll be back tomorrow with another video about the bank. So guys, keep an eye out for that one. You're not going to believe these scammers, wow. They are really an audacious crew of people. But I'm going to say goodbye before this battery goes. So guys, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. Until the next time, please think twice. Ta-ra a bit.